Hello, welcome back to Rift Forge Studio. Neil again today with an update on the House Mamaragon Knight project. As you can see in front of you here, I've got a half assembled Lancer and the nice base that Rick put together for me, which I will bring up to the camera in a minute to show you. Here is his lance, here is the shield, and I've been just undercoating panels outside whilst it's not too cold and cloudy. So at the moment I'm having a little bit of a quandary over the pose for this. So we'll just pop him down there for a minute. This is the base, which I've undercoated. This does detach, which I can make this very easy for me to get in and paint. I think it's made from some sort of pine bark. You'd have to probably tell you that yourself. So if you're interested, drop a comment. I'm sure Rick will answer you explaining his process for this. But the brief I gave him was I wanted a craggy, rocky shoreline that I could pour some resin into for rock pools. So that chain he's put there, like a marine chain, which I'll rust up. Chance to do some algae and all sorts of cool stuff for this. And as the lance is going to be the Seneschal, we need a centerpiece base for him to stand on. So this, which you probably have seen already, pull this out of the way for a second. So this is the trapos. In the moment it's just on the base of cork, so I'm going to build this up with some other textures and bits and pieces, and that's probably what I'll do for the rest of the armatures and things as well. But the Seneschal here, we wanted this nice fancy base. So I'm going to do a video on this base standalone separately, on how we paint this up and use all our effects and weathering and this sort of thing to make this really stand out. I've still got to seal it in as well, but the first job is a pre-shade now that it's undercoated black. So we're going to do that at some point soon. As for the Lancer, we have a bit of an issue, not an issue actually, no, that's not fair, have a discussion to be had over the pose. So originally when I said to Luke, can you build me a Lancer, I asked for a pose, I'm going to try and do this a bit cat-handedly, so apologies. Just get the slot in there we go. So I wanted it like this, kind of charging into his shield. And that's great, but that kind of doesn't work properly on this, at least not without him leaning too far over. I don't want it to look like he's falling over. So I've got to think about the best way around. I was going to have him perhaps climbing up, raise the lance downwards, and I think that's probably, camera there, that's probably the one I'll go with. I don't know, I'll have a play around with it and we'll see. Armour panels are drying at the moment, so that's why they're not currently attached. So yeah, that's it really for the moment. A short update today. I do have, I've done some more work on the armatures, and these are going to be featured, this army is going to be featured on the channel soon for a game, I think against Sean, possibly against his Wolves, or maybe the Blood Angels again. See what he wants to do. I know he's still working on adding units to the Wolves. The problem with Knights is that once you add 2 or 3 of the big boys in, suddenly the points go up quite dramatically. So we'll have to figure out best way around that. But I've also got to do the metals. So excuse me. So things like this, which I've started work on. There's the camera properly. You maybe can't see that, but that actually is kind of a dark, very, very dark brown grey, and I'll do a whole video probably when I paint the Lancer from start to finish, showing you the whole process for painting this Night House, and it's going to be coming relatively soon. I've just got to get this Lancer put together and undercoated, and then I'll start that video process. So we'll cover things like this as well, and the pin washing and what colours we use for the turquoise and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to focus a lot on the metals too, because getting that kind of aged, grimdark true metal effect is quite striking when it works. So anyway, that's probably it for today. So thanks for watching. The next update will come pretty soon once I start working on the Lancer and the base. And oh, one more thing, I also got some of the white transfers. I mentioned last time that these transfers from Scumbag Customs, I was going to ask him if he had any white ones. He did have white ones and he shipped them to me pretty sharpish, so I'll be using those as well, and I'll probably do a transfer application as part of the Lancer paint video too, just so you can see the whole process end to end. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I'll see you next time.